Two footballing legends, one steel-wall defender, one unstoppable striker. When Paolo Maldini met Ronaldo Nazário, sparks flew, but who came out on top? Let's relive the greatest showdowns between these two titans and let history be the judge. Paolo Maldini, the embodiment of defensive elegance, spent 25 seasons at AC Milan and captained Italy. He's rightly counted among the greatest defenders ever. Opposite him, Ronaldo, phenomenal. The Brazilian striker was a blend of explosive dribbling, lightning pace, and lethal finishing, feared by defenders across Europe. International battle, Italy versus Brazil, June 8, 1997. One of the most iconic encounters came in Lyon, 1997. A friendly between Italy and Brazil. Maldini and Fabio Cannavaro tried to contain a rampant R9. The result, a legendary photograph. Maldini lunging, Cannavaro double-teaming, and Ronaldo fighting them both. Cannavaro later admitted he was fast, strong, incredible, the only player who caused fear in me. Even with Maldini at his side, Ronaldo was still a nightmare to defend against. Domestic showdowns, della Madonnina, 1997 to 2002. The rivalry took on a new dimension when Ronaldo joined Inter Milan in 97. Suddenly, the derby was Maldini versus R9, elegance versus explosiveness. In Italy's fiercest city derby. Between 1997 and 2002, they met in several fiery derbies. Ronaldo's pace and power tested Maldini's anticipation. And while Maldini often timed his challenges perfectly, there were moments where R9's unstoppable acceleration even left the Italian legend scrambling.
The greatest of all time, without doubt. He was ridiculous. He had everything. Touch, speed, technique, intelligence, timing of the run, finishing.
First time I met Paolo Maldini playing against him. Ukrainian national team, we play against Italy. I was very fast. I was thinking I might have a chance if I have very good ball with my speed, I could pass him. And then that was the first ball come on the space, Paolo's facing me, and then have to turn, and I just get the acceleration. And in time when I passing him, I saw him turn, and it actually got me. And then he tackled behind me like that, and I realized,
no chance.
It was a battle of margins, where both men showcased their absolute best. European legacies. On the European stage, their stories couldn't be more different. Maldini was a symbol of continental dominance, 135 Champions League appearances, 5 European Cups, and countless defensive masterclasses. R9, despite playing for Barcelona, Inter, Real Madrid and Milan, never lifted the Champions League. For all his brilliance, injuries and timing denied the final piece of silverware. It wasn't about besting the other on this stage. They rarely met in Europe, but the contrast is striking. Maldini, the eternal European conqueror, R9, the phenomenon who conquered everything except the Champions League. Analysis. Who had the edge? So who won these battles? R9 terrified defenders. Cannavaro admitted, as much Maldini, though never looked out of place, he matched Ronaldo with intelligence, positioning and calmness. If Ronaldo represented fear, Maldini represented composure. There's no knockout winner here. Instead, what we saw were two greats elevating each other's legacy. When R9 beat Maldini, it felt like conquering the unconquerable. When Maldini stopped R9, it was proof of his defensive genius. Legacy and impact. Beyond the matches, their duel embodied the eternal clash of styles. Defense versus attack. Discipline versus chaos. Control versus freedom. Their names are now linked forever. Not because one destroyed the other, but because together they showed football at its very best. Conclusion, who got the better? When we look back at Maldini versus Ronaldo, the truth is clear. Ronaldo was the only forward who could truly shake defenders of Maldini's caliber. He had the pace, the power, and the audacity to cause even the calmest defenders problems. On one-on-one moments, R9 can break through. His dribbling and unpredictability gave him the edge. But across the span of their battles, domestic derbies, internationals, and their overall legacies, Maldini held his own. He never allowed Ronaldo to dominate entire games. And in terms of consistency, trophies, and Champions League success, Maldini's record is untouchable. So who got the better? In flashes, Ronaldo. In the bigger picture, Maldini. And that's why their rivalry remains one of football's most fascinating duels. If you like this video, subscribe. And comment below who you want to see versus next. Thanks for watching.